So let's start off with some Frederick Douglass, okay? The trouble is deeper down and it's fundamental. There's nothing strange about it. The conflict is in every way natural. How can two people walk together except they be agreed? No man can serve two masters. A house divided against itself cannot stand. It is something of a feat to ride two horses going the same way and at the same pace, but a still greater feat when they're going in the opposite direction. Just here lies a true explanation of our troubles. We have made the deplorable mistake of supposing that we could sow the wind without reaping the whirlwind. We have attempted to maintain our union in utter defiance of the moral chemistry of the universe. We have endeavored to join together things which in their nature stand eternally asunder. We have sought to bind the chains of slavery on the limbs of the black man without thinking that at last we should find the other end of that hateful chain about our own necks. A glance at the history of the settlement of the two sections of this country will show that the causes which produced the present rebellion reach back to the dawn of civilization on this continent. In the same year that the Mayflower landed her liberty-seeking passengers on the bleak New England shore, a Dutch galliot landed a company of African slaves on the banks of the James River, Virginia. The Mayflower planted liberty at the north, and the Dutch galliot planted slavery at the south. There's the fire and the gunpowder. Contact has produced the explosion. So this is the Ben Dixon Show. Check out Ben Dixon's show if you want to. The Benjamin Dixon Show. It's on YouTube. They're doing this for free, so this is a public service announcement that they're doing. I'm entertained. I'm watching this stuff. So let's hear what Marcus for America, Mondale Robinson, Ben Dixon, and their lady friends had to say.
Let me jump in here. In regards to the other reason to put reparations on that, right? And it's obviously there's two parts of that for me. One, they ain't gonna want to put reparations first, for real, and that is the problem. That's the progressives. You're going to have a lot of progressives line up who are not going to want to put reparations on that bill. And for me, I'm all for it for two reasons. One, it does expose the white supremacy in progressive spaces. It exists. It has been here. And every person on this screen has been burned by y'all white progressives that you think are superheroes. Every person on this screen has been in the game long enough to have been literally burned by white progressives who smile in your face, but at the end of the day, they're going to end up telling you, you're talking about race too much. So I'm all for reparations being on that for two reasons. Three reasons. Number one, it's going to expose a whole lot of white progressives and the white supremacy that is still in the white progressive spaces. You are not immune. You do not have a vaccine for white supremacy just because you put progressive on your label. Number one. Number two, if you actually do come on board with reparations and y'all put that in there and we make it the centerpiece of the package that we're going to use to get Medicare for all and the Green New Deal, guess what? I feel like that guy on the meme. You're going to win. You know why? Because you're going to get damn near 99.9% of black folks supporting whatever coalition is going to stand up against white supremacy enough to say reparations. That's it. You got the winning coalition, but y'all don't really want that. And the third reason I'm for reparations is because y'all owe us. Period. Yeah.
That's one of the main reasons. Like this is owed to us. This is not nothing that we should be begging for. Period. And I want to.
That's a fantastic point.
I want to say something from what you were saying. I don't know why people are surprised that there is white supremacy in white progressive spaces. I don't understand why that's a problem that was stated, and I don't understand why that's a problem that we pointed out people who are boosting the white supremacy in white progressive spaces. I can honestly say I ain't even know when I started in politics that I, myself, who was working for a white progressive, was boosting his shit like nobody's business. And I had to really, sit in that and be like, this is fucking uncomfortable. This ain't right. I can no longer be a part of this. Like, you have to understand, in these spaces, we do have people who are racist as fuck, who literally, any agenda that they're pushing is only going to be something to benefit white folks. And that's on period. Like, everybody.
So I am listening to their criticisms. They make a lot of really good points. So you got Mondale Robinson, Marcus for America, Ben Dixon, black woman. I'm not sure. Maybe she's got it in the description. No, I'm not seeing it. Okay, so I am opposed to racism. I can't stand racism. The first thing I want to do is make a distinction. Let's make a distinction between, Malcolm X did say something about having more respect for the racist white person or what have you. I feel like you got to hand it to progressive whites who's, fucking trying. Jesus Christ. These, white supremacists, we have the same motherfucking enemies. The hardcore, diehard KKK, Confederate fucking white supremacist motherfuckers. We have to make a distinction, I feel like it's an important distinction because it's big fucking difference because them motherfuckers can fuck around with everybody. They fuck around and ain't nobody, and so I believe our enemy is the same. Our enemy is the white supremacist. Now, you had Nico House who defended Jimmy Dore saying that he's not a white supremacist, but he may have some blind spots. So, okay, I could, let's have that discussion. There's some blind spots because I love the black man. I love the brown man. I love the black and brown woman. I love black and brown people. I'm 11% black myself, and nobody likes that fact. Nobody likes my black grandmother. Nobody likes my black great-grandmother for some reason, white and black. I got 11% black blood in me. Yeah, I walk around, and people say, that's a Caucasian, right? There's a man from Caucasia right there. But 1/10 of my blood is African. So, and that means a lot to me, okay? That means a lot. It don't mean, it pisses everybody off, so it makes me think, okay, I got a little bit of a truth here that makes people uncomfortable. Now, earlier in the show, they were sitting there saying, about reparations. If they don't believe in reparations, but they do believe in Medicare for all, they ain't progressive. Amen. Motherfucking men. Ben Dixon just said, you for reparations, this is how we going to find out if you're a white supremacist or not. Are you for repairing the relationship between black and white people? And like they just said, they're owed. And they are owed. They didn't do the work, but their ancestors and then the privileges and on down the road. So, yeah, we got to repair the fucking, it's going to get worse and worse and worse. We got to repair this motherfucking relationship. This relationship needs to be repaired a long motherfucking time ago. So I think reparations, we got black president, we got, integration, we got reparations. I feel like that'll, the two other issues, right? I said reparations, Medicare for all, and $2,000 a month, universal basic income. Universal basic income gets rid of poverty. It gets rid of white poverty, gets rid of black poverty. Medicare for all gets rid of, sick. It gets rid of the black sick. It gets rid of the white sick. Now we can go to the hospital and get taken care of. $2,000 a month. You don't think black America could appreciate $2,000 a month in their pockets? $2,000 a month is pretty hefty check, and maybe that's what they're saying is reparations, right? So they want that check. But what? Just a one-time check, just like what, the $1,200, the $600 stimulus? You get it one time, you'll spend it on this, and then it's fucking gone. So if that's what you want, Cory Booker was talking about baby bonds. I think baby bonds is a good idea. There's lots of ways that we could get reparations. And since this is the litmus test for Ben Dixon, I think a top 3 or a top 10 issue, I just feel like as progressives we don't have, in Congress, we don't have any hope. We have like a smidgen of hope. What the 12 progressives can do right now, they got a Hail Mary pass, right? They got a last, they got 5 seconds to get a 3-point shot in. And maybe they could get one shot off, maybe 2 shots. But 3, 4, 5, 6. Medicare for all is the biggest, leading issue. If you're trying to say that reparations is your leading issue, then I think, I can make it the top 3 issues for me. That ain't no problem. I don't know about the, progressives in Congress or, the progressives on YouTube, but that's, I'll just speak for myself. And who am I? I'm just, I'm Jonathan. Hello, everybody. But I ain't nobody, and I'm here to talk about the ideas because I believe in the great pool of ideas, the best ideas should prevail, just based upon their merits, because they're the best ideas. Here's the problem. What are the best ideas to solve that problem? Okay, let's do those best ideas. So I'm about the ideas. I'm about, I heard Ben Dixon say that he was going to use a squad to raise $10, $20, $30 million. I mean, that'd be interesting, right? That's his tactic to raise the money. You're not getting the popularity that, the force the vote thing is. But I heard you. And there's a lot of good tactics out there. You can have several, multifaceted, approach. Not just Medicare for all, but you could get reparations, and you could get universal basic income. I think instant runoff voting, too, and ending the war on drugs. And I got a couple issues here that we can just get, by the pen. We can expand Medicaid by pen. We can end the war on drugs by pen. We can forgive student loans by pen. By pen. So this means you don't have to get everybody up and, and get the money and everything sorted. All you got to do is just write the damn thing up, and then let's see what else. Public option. Repeal the Patriot Act. So we can repeal the Patriot Act. We can get the public option. We can get forgiveness, student loan forgiveness and whatever else I just said. End the war on drugs. And the reason why, I like reparations, but I was, kind of warming up on war on drugs because we got police reform, demilitarized police. You can't just say police are banned. So ending the war on drugs just takes a big tool away from the police. And so I felt that in the war on drugs could have been part of my top 3 list. So I'm talking about police reform. I'm talking about, making the police do better. So, earlier they said they're not even talking about police reform. Yeah, prison reform, police reform, criminal justice reform. Why don't we do restorative justice? Why don't we get the system that Norway has where even fucking murderers are just, around the university and a plush. The idea is you've got to reconnect people to their humanity. So, yeah, let's go with Norway's system of prison. I like that. That would be way fucking better than what we got here in the United States of the divided snakes of embarrassment. That would be way better.
Everybody knows that. So what is the shock? Why is everybody so shocked? Why is everybody feeling like somebody should be canceled because we're calling that out? No, we have to start stripping, taking the blankets off, and removing the mask from people's faces or holding the mirror up to people's faces. Listen, you are supporting something that only supports white folks. Where is what's going to benefit the black community in these progressive spaces? How do we call these other people out? This is part of the work that we do. We not kissing ass all day. We not making money from this. Come on, somebody. This is what people need to understand. So why is there a shock?
Let me help I want to respond real quick. All right. So again, people are so fan based and so simple minded, right? And I'm trying not to disrespect anybody. Simple-minded people.
You're doing a terrible job, Marcus, for America.
Against Medicare for all. I pushed Medicare for all and your champion, Bernie Sanders.
Thank you, Marcus.
Where I lost my credibility within certain aspects of the black community.
That's bullshit. They shouldn't have treated you like that.
For all and Bernie Sanders. And I've been doing that first. You know why I know what the hell I'm talking about? Because I've had real black people who vote and control portions of the black segment of our voting blocks who actually understand politics in the South tell me that there's a lack of coalition building from your side of the house. Y'all need to figure out something else. I know these people. I know why y'all come to South Carolina and get their ass whipped every single time. I know who it is. I know how to beat these people, bro. We all believe in Medicare for all.
Good.
It's not that we're saying no Medicare for all. That's so dumb. Stop lying. Stop trying to make us your bad guy. In the portal, I see you. You want to bounce? Peace.
No,
we don't care.
He said you want to bounce?
Yeah, he want to leave? Fine.
No,
right?
I just wanted to, if you want to leave, that's fine.
Yeah,
but I was answering.
I don't think, he's calling us, he said these niggas are clowns. I'll tell you what's clown move. Yeah, whatever. I don't really give a damn, right? First you can't whoop my ass.
Oh my God.
Second, you don't pay me, right? Second, nobody. And by the way, guys, hey America, this is an unpaid show.
Oh, what? Wait a minute. What?
Oh, pause. That's right.
They didn't know that, did they?
Morning, we get up every single morning and we do this for free.
Thank you.
The super chat. So we but
that money go right back into the show. That money ain't coming back to Marcus Sparrow's house. Not my car. Not my bills. Right? I can ask for it, but nobody's getting paid because we do other things.
right?
Now, we need to clarify something. Wait, we got to clarify because you know how these people in our chat gonna be like, Ben, they gave them this super chat, buddy, yeah. And we all know what this is.
It goes to equipment.
But we all know it's going to microphone. It's going to the website, clickbaity website. We got a DJ who was going to be on this morning. It's going, I just want to put that on the record. But as far as anything else, raise your hand if you get a paycheck to do this shit.
Can I say something real quick?
Oh, look, I said, no, I don't.
I mean, I get a paycheck to do the broader channel.
I think it's okay, Mondale, but I'm going to say something real quick. What has followed might have been easily predicted. Great men saw it from the beginning, but no great men were found enough to prevent it. In order to have union, either in the family, the church, or the state, there must be unity of idea and sentiment in all essential interest. Find a man's treasure, and you found his heart. Now, in the North, freedom is the all-comprehensive condition of comfort, prosperity, and happiness. Free speech, free soil, free men, free squirrels, free inquiry, free suffrage, equality before the law are the natural outgrowths of freedom. Freedom warms into life every other interest and makes it beautiful in our lives. Liberty is our treasure. What freedom is to the North, that slavery is to the South. It is the treasure to which the Southern heart is fast, and politics, education, literature, morals, and religion in the South all bear the bloody image. Here, then, are the two irreconcilable antagonisms under the same form of government. The marvel is not that the Civil War has come, but that it did not come sooner.
No, obviously, I built a channel and whatnot, and don't only you.
I'm putting that to the atmosphere.
I know, Ben. You the man, Ben. But Mondale wants to say something.
Say something real quick. Let's just this is work. This show is a lot of work. We spend a lot of hours on this, and it bothers me that we aren't paid for it because I see some of the shit on CNN and MSNBC that motherfuckers do get paid for. So that's a whole nother story. And Fox, that's a whole nother story. But here's what I want to say though.
This is good. Ben spent all the super chat money on sweaters.
So I mean, people. Here's what bothers me so much. This is like the inability to learn. People want. This is white centering, and I'm going to tell you what I mean by this is white centering. People are telling us, listen, this is their argument. They're making an argument to try to force this floor vote. I'm not going back there because that already just hit me over the deep end because it reminds me of so much other shit in politics about how white people get paid and know nothing about what they're saying, and yet it's still they get paid more and more every election cycle to supposedly turn out the black vote that they never do. That's a whole other story.
Oh, and it's the same fight that's going on in Georgia right now, right? Right, where that money is being allocated to help win. So I had to interject that. Go ahead, Mike.
No, it's absolutely. But okay, here's what I mean by it's white centering. The argument against us putting reparations first. That's what Rep 1 means, reparation first, right? Someone said, how you going to sell it to poor white people? Why would I sell reparations to poor white people?
Right.
Poor white people don't vote for Democrats. Stop pretending that you can bring your cousins over here. Stop pretending that that's our strategy to win elections. So when you're asking me about strategies, you clearly don't understand what they are. That is not the base. That is not the demographic. That is
poor white people don't vote, but the few that do vote probably do vote conservative. But he's kind of dismissing all poor whites. And so this is an argument that I think Mondale Robinson should think about himself. Because how can you get the poor whites? They got a shit sandwich in America. They're getting, hit hard in every fucking which way. And then you're going to, convince them that the taxes and the government or whatever, look, we just spent $700 billion on the, goddamn military and then $900 billion for this goddamn stimulus. We got the fucking money, right? We got the money for reparations and universal basic income, Medicare for all. We got the money for all these things. Ending the war on drugs, these are just done by pen, right? We don't even need money for expanding. So anyways, I forgot my point.
That has voted for Democrats in the past 40 years.
Right.
And before that, the only reason they was voting Democrat because the Democrats were where the Republicans are now. They were racist.
Right.
The party split. Right. And they don't need to dress it up. Poor white people don't vote for Democrats. They left Democratic Party when Ronald Reagan left after they let black people sit down.
Exactly.
So when Fannie Lou Hamer said, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired, and the Democrats kind of let her seat at the convention, Ronald Reagan and those racist folk left. Strom Thurmond, all of them, and your poor white cousins went with them.
And bro, like you
these are the demographics.
Can you repeat something?
You tell people.
I'm poor.
I want you to repeat something because I think you kind of just like you said it, but it's powerful, right? This entire conversation is, and let me be clear about something. This channel, what I do, and I think I can speak for Marcus and Mundell for what they do in terms of this media, and Rebecca, because me and Rebecca, we've been working in quote-unquote media for years. What we do is centered in our passion for the people, literally. And what you pointed out, Mundell, I would love for you to elaborate on, is how this centering of whiteness is coming at a critical moment that is 100% absolutely about the power structure of the left. And the reason I'm willing to lose 180,000 followers is because I came into this shit telling the truth. I'm going to go out this shit telling the truth. And if I have to sacrifice the truth to be in y'all circles, peace.
I think that's a quote from Malcolm X first, and then Dr. Cornel West says it often. I'm for the truth regardless of who's telling it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that means I'm popular when I'm telling the truth about people you don't like, and then when it's about your white boy superstar, you got a problem with it. Well, that's for them to swallow, not your pill. Here's what I will say. I really need people to understand how you center whiteness when you say that. To believe that black people, somebody's like, oh, well, black people are more affected by COVID than any other people. That's a fact. But that too is white supremacy and institutional racism. So you all need to understand that it ain't that COVID is killing black people more and more because of our genetics. It's because the treatment or the level of treatment we don't receive, or how many times doctors tell black folk to go home and just take some NyQuil or some Dayquil,
and then they die.
So don't pretend that it still isn't racism, institutional racism, that needs to be addressed with a reparations bill in order for us to take you serious that you are a progressive. People talk about this purity idea. We never said if you don't support reparations,
you can't rock with us.
You can't rock with us. That's y'all argument. Because we're not for forcing us to a vote on Medicaid for all, then we are all of a sudden paid for by the Democratic Party, or we are, I don't know what y'all call it, grifters, which is ridiculous to me because I've been sitting here, I ain't grifted or drifted from no fucking where.
I would talk to you, bud.
I got here.
Yeah.
Stupid.
I would say, give me 20 seconds and I'm going to pass it back to whoever up next, Rebecca or Marcus. I would say this about this show.
Rebecca's going to speak.
The reason we do this show right now and we don't get paid to do it is because we saw that there was a need for this show to be done, and if there was no money to be done making it, we still did it. But of course, y'all know I ain't stupid. We piecing this thing together, and we're gonna make sure that everybody on this show is going. But we had to build it first, and this is the difference, man. If you want to understand the literal goddamn difference in this country, especially in progressive media spaces, let's just cut to the chase. And again, if you need to leave because you don't like the conversation, I bid you adieu.
So there's 2 points I want to make, and then in this video, there's racism and there's institutional racism. And racism, I mean, apparently a lot of people fucking like the Fuhrer, right? So half the damn country's fucking racist. I don't know how to, it's a two-pronged approach. Okay, so we have to attack racism, but that's in people's minds. And so the way that I think, and this is Antifa too, basically instead of targeting, black people, you target the white supremacists because there's a greater chance of terrorism coming out from the white supremacists. And so this is, to stop racism, I think it's a good idea to know where these goddamn white supremacists are and what they're up to and what they're doing, because they're the danger, they're the dangerous element in our society. And now, that being said, just having to convince some people are going to be racist till the end, and so that's not me giving up, that's just saying a fact, and so we would have to just keep talking to that motherfucker until, maybe, I don't know, talk to a good friend or something, just you have to keep talking to him, or just, maybe get him out of your life or some shit. Somebody once said that if you, get them out of your life, then they're out of the conversation, and so that's not what we want. So racism and institutional racism, they're two different things, and institutional racism, reparation conquers or helps or goes to conquer institutional racism. But what's reparations? Going to be a one-time check? And how much is it going to be per person? $1,000 or something? Universal basic income is $2,000 a month. So I'm not against reparations, but I wonder what these, what these folks think about land reform. Ben Dixon, Mondale, and Marcus, and the squad, the trap squad. And I wonder what they think about land reform. What does Ben Dixon think about land reform and Mondale and Marcus? Because that's how we go to attack poverty. I think that when it comes down to economics, that's something that, if throwing money at the situation won't solve it, but it'll help it. Universal basic income gets rid of black poverty. And it gets everybody a fucking check. And it's incredibly revolutionary. So, just, something to think about, land reform and institutional racism. I'm down with fighting both of them. Institutional racism, I feel like if I got some blind spots, go ahead and hit me with it. But I love the black man and woman, and I love black people, and I love brown people. And so I think in all groups there's going to be good and bad people, right? There's good and bad people in all different groups. And, so it's just like Martin Luther King said, right? You judge people based on the content of their character, not the color of their skin. The other point I want to make, and this is just something interesting, that why are white supremacists so racist, I think it's fear. I think they're afraid of black bodies. I think they're frail little tiny bodies. I think there's three reasons. There's fear, there's ignorance, and then there's jealousy of black bodies. Are white people superior to black people? No, not at all. Not at all. We all the same, right? We're all the same. But then black people, they kind of run faster, and then they're starting 5 on the NBA, and then they're, taking over golf and boxing, and black people are, just dominating in sports, and so, are they superior? Either we're equals or black people are superior. Either way, white supremacists are wrong, right? So white people are mutated albinos of the original African human, right? So we're the mutated albinos of the original African human, and that's a recessive gene. So yeah, our genetics is probably worse. And them's just facts, but the racism is saying that, our people is better, and so I wonder also just about black racism, right? Black people can hate white people just because of the color of their skin. And they could be in a position of power, and then, the white person not in a position of power. But I thought that would be interesting. I thought maybe Ben Dixon might appreciate my theory about why white supremacists are racist. It's fear, and then that fear turns into hatred, and it's fear of the unknown, hatred of the unknown. But I think it's also about jealousy of black bodies. The jealousy of black bodies. So a lot of the white supremacists, whenever a lynching would happen, a lot of times it would be a rape, bullshit rape charge. Okay, so white supremacists, the male white supremacists, what they were doing is they were protecting white womanhood. Oh, white woman is so perfect and pure. But the person she just bedded, right? The person she just told the slave they had to. What's the black man supposed to do if the white woman is sitting there telling him to love on her? She says, oh shit, right? He's got to obey, but then he's going to get in trouble, and so shit. So at one point in time, Miss White Woman loved Mr. Black Man, but then as soon as it was found out, all of a sudden it turned into rape. So white man is protecting the purity of white woman, but white woman ain't so pure to begin with. So I think racism, white supremacy is about the defense of white womanhood, the purity of white woman. And white women are, pretty submissive and docile and general, they're not like the Asians, though. But the purity, I don't know. They make their man happy. But are they good? To be a good person, you'd have to stand up for that black man that you love for, 5 minutes to an hour, whatever, white woman was doing. If she was good, she would have stood up. But she didn't stand up because she's not principled. She's not good. She lacked power. She lacked confidence. She didn't say, this is wrong. She didn't show us how ethical and moral that she could be. So just like I said, in every group, there's good and bad people, right? It's just luck of the draw, really. Anyways, fear, ignorance, jealousy of black bodies. That's where white supremacy comes from. Peace.